Welcome everyone to another video, and in this video we are going to be doing a very special shoutcast, and I'm here with a very special guest. Why don't you tell us what we're doing and introduce yourself?
I am Count Xevious from My PvP Academia. Today we are going to shoutcast Emea Continentals run of Bibelicious. He went on to win this amazing stack tournament, and he did it by being the lowest ranked battler there, and it is amazing.
Which is pretty phenomenal. Obviously, I believe was also is the defending champion, right, from the region. So it's not like he's just came out of nowhere and throughout the tournament, but maybe was a little bit more relaxed in the season than in last season. But obviously the skill set's there, and we know that great battlers will always continue to be great and shake off that rust and be able to compete with the very best. Let's go ahead and take a look at the round one matchup. Why don't you explain the overall format of this meta? It's pretty interesting. Obviously, something that's pretty different than we might have seen in other tournaments.
Exactly. So it's very specific in a way that the types that you pick cannot be repeated, and you can only pick two monotypes. And once that's done, afterwards you have to pick a team of 8, and from the 8, your opponent can choose to ban 2 Pokemon, and you have to ban 2 Pokemon as well. So this gives us a lot of, let's say, insight into different ways to build teams, and also different ways to choose line of 3s after you see the team of 8, because it enables you to decide, and it really puts your thought process to the test just before the game.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It forces you to be pretty creative, and obviously in the practicing this can be really difficult because your practice can go completely different if your practice partner, even if they're running the exact team that you're predicting that your opponent's going to have, they might ban 2 completely different Pokemon, and then your strategy might be completely different. And as well, a little bit of a twist is that we had the season 12 GBL changes, which also impact the Silph tournaments, like literally like 3-4 days, something like that, right beforehand. Obviously created a huge shakeup. We see a lot more lanterns than we would have seen previously. Trevenant, strong previous season, but even stronger now. And it seems like the most popular monotypes seem to be Lickitung and Umbreon. Really, 2 really tanky Pokemon that are really flexible. So pretty interesting format. So BB's team consists of Medicham, Bastiodon, Umbreon, Altaria, Lickitung, I believe that's Shadow Nidoqueen, Alolan Ninetales, and what's the last one? Trevenant. And then the opponent's team, Lorenzo, has Galarian, Stunfisk, Altaria, Trevenant, Umbreon, Lantern, Medicham, Alolan, Ninetales, and Lickitung. So what are your thoughts on the bans?
I think I understand why you would go for a ban on Stunfisk, because it's pretty much neutral against almost everything. It can hit everything neutral in BB's team, especially if the Medicham doesn't have access to a fighting charge move. It's going to do quite a bit of damage. I understand why that's banned. And a lot of people kind of understood, or it was kind of, let's say, it was the same that everybody was trying to ban the Bastiodon and Stunfisk. So I understand why you would go for the Alolan Ninetales ban, expecting your opponent to ban that Bastiodon out of the way. And I mean, look, it almost worked, right? He could have banned Nidoqueen and Bastiodon, and then Alolan Ninetales would have absolutely gone to town there.
Yeah.
So he had to get rid of it. But only one thing that I'm considering for Bibelicious, I guess one of the reasons why he had to ban the Alolan Ninetales over the Lantern is just that, because Lantern has now pretty neutral matchups against his whole team except that Trevenant. It can beat Altaria if you have a very high stat product Lantern. It beats Altaria in the 1s, especially if you're running in the 0s if you're running Spark, which is insane. And in the 1s, it can beat the Lickitung if the Lickitung doesn't bait with a body slam, which is again insane.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I've showcasted a few of these tournaments already, and the moveset on Lantern is a pretty interesting choice because it's a really big trade-off between being better versus Stunfisk and Nidoqueen versus being better than Altaria, which seems to be the dominant flyer in this format. And I do like the bans on both sides. Obviously, Lantern is going to be super free on Lorenzo's side, and Altaria is going to be super free on BB side. So we expect both those Pokemon to come in. And in a lot of these formats, when both players have very dominant Pokemon, it'll just see who lines up correctly and what movesets they're going to see. So let's go ahead and get started with game number 1. BB did get a bye in round number 1, so this is technically round number 2. I believe it's overall a 6-round tournament, but you'll see there's a little bit of extra stuff at the end, and then we'll see 5 rounds in the main tournament. So let's go ahead get started, and why don't you start us off here with what you see?
It's a Medicham. This is kind of a neutral lead because this Medicham has access to Ice Punch. And
oh man!
And he goes for the catch and he gets the catch. Oh my god! He was prepared for this Ice Punch.
Yeah, and again, a very nice catch attempt on Lorenzo's side, but unfortunately not able to. And Altaria, again, super free, so going to be able to safe switch into the Altaria at any point in time in this matchup. And then looks like the Medicham did bank an Ice Punch and left, so we'll see how this is going to play out here.
Now we are going to watch one of the most exciting matchups for Pokemon Go. He is an Umbreon going up against another Umbreon. This is going to take a while. So what I would potentially say is that since he banked the move, he was going to swap his Altaria in as soon as he can, and that's what he did. And this is great because now the Altaria does get some more energy before this Medicham can swap in, but in comes the Lickitung.
Yeah, I would say, what are the chances that there's a Lickitung in the bag? Extremely high, right? Like, this is actually the team that the APAC winner used in terms of this Medicham double tanks in the back. And this is going to be very like neutral play across the board. Actually choosing to shield the body slam, it makes sense because it's not every match you see that Altaria is actually the glassiest of the 3 Pokemon that they have, but double shielding here. This Medicham does have a move here though, so I do expect the insta swap into Lickitung. Let's see how this is going to play out. Oh, chooses to throw.
Oh my god.
It makes sense.
That is going to be.
Yeah, it makes sense to throw there just because like the Altaria did have a move there, and it's really tough to wait for the Dragon Breath to come through before you throw because they can throw the Dragon Breath and just switch anyway. So this is going to be an interesting situation here. The Medicham didn't leave with a move, so we're going to see where the shields are going to come play. No shields there. At some point in time, you can just... Yeah.
Yeah, you have to shield at some point in time, but I guess he knows that his opponent has 2 body slam stored and saving the shield for this second body slam or not. Maybe he comes in with the Medicham for a full farm down and he tries for it, but unfortunately the Lickitung does get to another body slam.
Yeah, I like this play here, going straight into the Altaria. You really can't afford to get farmed down. You're going to force this Medicham to either think about countering down or throwing, and the more damage that applies here, the closer it is going to be. This is going to be a super close match here. The Umbreon should be able to take out the Medicham, but let's see. Yeah, it has almost 2 foul play store. Going to be able to easily take out the Medicham. Even the Medicham lands Ice Punch. Okay, we're going to run. Oh, we timed out! Oh, we timed out! What the heck? We timed out! Are you serious? Yeah. Are you serious? Okay. All right, let's go to the second game here. Oh, man. Okay.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
Going for the Altaria safe swap like we discussed, but I think Medicham is staying in at this point to potentially throw this Ice Punch and do some damage to the Altaria. Kind of predicting the same line of 3 at this point. Yes, yeah. In comes the Umbreon. Let's see if this Altaria goes straight for the Moonblast. No. Oh, he does. This will do a lot of damage, but it is an Umbreon.
Oh, decides to shield there. So we do expect okay, this is a tricky situation here. Probably just going to go straight Moonblast. Gonna take this move. We're gonna see how this is gonna play out.
Exactly, because it's kind of an ABA lineup with Bastiodon and Lickitung at in the front and back with Altaria safe swap here, and Altaria is doing quite a bit of work against it, and he gets attack debuff. This could be very interesting, but I don't think this.
Oh,
Altaria
gonna shield there. Oh my goodness. Okay, I think that was a mistake, but
yeah,
because honestly, this well, okay, obviously. Oh, gonna switch here. Well, I probably would just switch. I'm probably
no,
gonna.
he didn't.
Oh, okay, interesting. Okay, I was not expecting the Altaria in the back. Tried to catch the Sky Attack there. Unfortunately, was not able to. And this looks like it's going to be a very uphill battle for BB at this point in time. We're going to see a full farm down, probably the Psychic. And oh, can it? Okay, not going to commit to the full farm down.
It's getting really close here. Will this be an Ice Punch or a Psychic? He goes for a Psychic, and it didn't do a lot of damage. The Medicham is taking way too much damage than it should.
Yeah.
Oh, that is unfortunate.
Yeah.
It was a CMP tie. This Psychic will do a ton of damage.
Yeah.
And
this game's over.
Yeah,
this game's.
Yeah. Altaria coming in with a shield and a lot of energy, and Lickitung has no shields to hide behind.
Gonna go for the Moonblast. Yeah, it's gonna be enough. All right, we're gonna go to decisive game 3 here in the second round, but the first round that BB is actually playing here. Ooh, okay, interesting. Both of them change up their lineup quite a bit, trying to make some reads here. Lorenzo actually coming to Altaria, not expecting the Bastiodon lead again. Let's see.
Kind of a very safe.
Okay.
Oh, and he managed to catch that move. I have no idea how, but he did. But unfortunately, you see that there's a Medicham, and this Medicham is going to go to town on this Umbreon. But that said, in the Zero Shields, this is pretty close. But it's a good thing that Altaria managed to soften this Umbreon a little bit.
Yeah, I expect to going up to double Ice Punch, then throwing the Ice Punch. Okay, gonna go for the full farm down here. Okay. Oh, interesting here.
Fielding as well.
Interesting here. Expecting the man. BB is not afraid to go down 2 shields to 0. We'll see whether that's going to be the Medicham in the back or the Altaria is the Altaria. We'll see if this Altaria does shield, does not shield, and we see the Medicham here. Honestly, I would probably just go straight Ice Punch, just get the guaranteed damage, because the guaranteed damage should be more than enough to
shield as well.
Okay, gonna double shield. Okay. Oh, interesting.
This is now, I think, all on BB's court. To be honest, Umbreon is going to do a lot of damage with these foul plays. It adds up. Both are very bulky Pokemon, and this Medicham, as we know, runs Ice Punch and Psychic. So technically, none of these moves, other than the fast move, are stab. So getting this Umbreon out of the way is going to be a huge problem for the Medicham. In comes the next Ice Punch, and man, it's not doing enough.
Yeah, this is going to be... I think Lorenzo has to counter down this Umbreon, which is definitely not going to be possible. There's no other way. There's no other point here of trying to throw the Ice Punch there, because you'd just be too low, dry, and BB actually winning that first round there. What do you think of the first round? How was the play? How were the reads? Looking back on it, how were the bans?
Bans made a lot of sense. It also worked in a favor that they could bring the Pokemon that they wanted. Like you saw, like the lines of 3 absolutely weak to Alola Ninetales, and both of them got it out of the way. Except for the Bastiodon, of course. But game 1, it was Altaria, Medicham, and Altaria, Lickitung, and Umbreon. Game 3 is Altaria, Medicham, and Umbreon. Imagine if there was an Alola Ninetales there.
Yeah, exactly. I'm actually a little bit surprised that Lorenzo didn't bring the Lantern, but that probably tells me that the Lantern probably had Water Gun, right? And was a little bit too afraid of the Altaria at that point in time. So at least that's the read that I would have made. Otherwise, I do think that we would have seen it in almost every single game. So we're in the second round going at 23 EJB, a very strong competitor in virtually all formats. Why don't you talk about his team?
EJ is also running a very, very similar team to Lorenzo, with the exception of actually Sableye instead of Trevenant, and instead of the Lantern, there is this Venusaur. Venusaur, as you might have seen from the Tactical's video, is a very, very strong Pokemon. If it's a Shadow variant, but it's not. But as of now, the normal variant looks very good in a ban format, because you can potentially push it all the way to the extreme. And as you can see from BB's team, it's kind of weak to Venusaur. The only real Venusaur answer there is Altaria, and even the Trevenant is going to get a lot of damage from Sludge Bomb. So I don't really understand why it was not banned out, but as we expected from round number 2, is that he's gone almost all the time for the Alolan Ninetales and the Steel type ban, which you can see already that it's out of the way. I don't want you to use these two Pokemon. Basically.
Yeah. So BB really liking Altaria. Obviously, Altaria, super amazing typing, super amazing stat product, great moveset. So we're gonna see a pretty heavy reliance on Altaria. So let's go ahead and take a look at the first game in this third round matchup. Do expect it to be Spark. It is Spark.
Yes, it is a Spark. This is going to be, I mean, if you're the Lantern, you're 100% playing for the catch. Man, BB and his catches, amazing catch into the Lantern, but he is met with a Venusaur, and Venusaur is going to do a lot of damage.
Yeah, should be able to survive this. And this is kind of an interesting situation on whether or not this Lickitung can make it to 2 moves here. And if it makes it 2 moves, it will put some pressure onto the Venusaur. But the Venusaur also doesn't want to get farmed down here. This Venusaur will definitely survive this body slam, so I don't expect a shield here. And I do expect the... Oh, they actually do shield. Okay, maybe it would have KO'd with the licks. Yeah. But now this Altaria is going to fully farm it down. Obviously, the Sludge Bomb is still going to do like 35-40% to this Altaria. And potentially will make it to another one. So we do see the throw. What do you think of that instead of shielding and farm down there? I guess you 2-shield Ninetales here. And 2-shield Ninetales actually looks super, really, really strong here. Gonna shield. Okay, not gonna 2-shield Altaria.
I think at this point you want to get some damage onto this Lantern, because it is a very, very bulky Pokemon, and potentially will get to another move against Ninetales. But considering that the Venusaur is out of the way, this Alolan Ninetales is going to have an amazing time against whatever is at the back. It's Surf. Oh, he thought he would counter it down, but in comes the Sky Attack. Altaria 2.
Ooh, okay. Oh, it's actually a Powder Snow.
It's no. Okay.
But it still has access to Dazzling Gleam, so this should be over. But very interesting turn of events there with the Powder Snow, Weather Ball, Dazzling Gleam. Is that popular in this format, or with?
No, it's usually Charm, but I understand. Ever since the Weather Ball nerf, it's always been Charm.
Yeah.
But this is another interesting matchup. Lickitung with weak connection, both doing absolutely no damage to each other with their fast moves. But in comes the first body slam.
Okay, so
EJ throwing first, but BB doubling down and gonna go for the back-to-back. Will EJ try to catch them?
Yeah, I do expect as on BB's side that probably thinking that EJ has Medicham in the back, right, and looking pretty good. Obviously, Powder Snow a little bit less good against the Medicham, but you feel pretty comfortable in this situation. And there's really okay, gonna switch here anyways. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know necessarily what hearing. Oh, I guess I don't know here. It is the Medicham in the back.
Oh wow, coming in with the Medicham, so it's kind of predictable that at this point it could be a Lantern or a Venusaur. I think not entirely sure, but
I think Venusaur, but let's see how this is gonna play out. With the Powder Snow, it's much better matchup versus Venusaur, right? Which is, I'm sure, is something that EJ wasn't necessarily planning in the beginning, but let's see how this is going to turn out. Are we okay?
Oh, double shielding the Medicham here, he just wants to get this Altaria out of the way. And let's see who gets. This will be a race to the charge move. Let's see who gets there. Oh, it's the Altaria that gets there, and this Medicham is gone and out of the way. Let's see what comes in at
Oh,
the
it's
back.
the
It is
Lantern.
Lantern. He's going for the full farm down here because he has to. Oh,
I imagine, throwing the Surf here. And then we'll see here. Okay. Oh, we do. Oh, very nice catch here.
My.
But
That is an amazing catch, and at this point, as a Ninetales, you could really farm this down because you do have a Lickitung with almost the power whip stored, and this is going to be a huge farm down for this Alolan Ninetales.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting still though, because this Lantern, honestly, kind of has to spark down. There's really no other way here because you need all the energy to take out this Lickitung because one Thunderbolt won't KO. Yeah, and looks like this is not going to be enough. You can see the Simul KO. So BB actually winning game number 2, does win this round, but we're going to go ahead and show game number 3. And
oh, man, that is not the lead you want to see, but it is fairly neutral considering depending on the IVs of your Medicham. If you have the old school Medicham, you can flip this matchup, but if you don't, you cannot.
Yeah, EJ counting to 7 before throwing, aware that there's a potential catch, so not throwing right away like he did, and BB making that prediction as well. Oh, tried to catch the second one. Oh, okay, we do see the Venusaur. Okay, is this going to be the same as game number 1 here? Let's see.
It looks like the repeat of game number 1 minus the catch by BB, and the Venusaur is doing quite a bit of damage and unfortunately taking way too much damage from this Lickitung. Lickitung is way too bulky. Getting to the next body slam, and this body slam will put it very close to the red.
Yeah, I don't expect the shield. That's what I expected in game number 1. And then I don't expect the shield here, and then you're going to go Umbreon here. I like the Umbreon play because you get more energy. And then here comes Lantern. Okay, interesting. Interesting throwing 4 sparks there, then throwing the move. 4 Snarls and throwing the move. Not necessarily the... I expect Thunderbolt here. I expect Thunderbolt here. I don't expect the Surf, especially against an Umbreon. And as well, if there's a potential catch, then obviously the Thunderbolt would be much more effective. Looks like it's going to be a Thunderbolt and a Surf to KO this Umbreon.
Yep, and there is still that Altaria at the back. And at this point, what EJ probably wants to do is to try to get a shield off BB, because if the shield is out of the way, then there could be a potential for back-to-back Ice Punches. Oh,
really nice timing.
Amazing counting there, and knows what exactly he has
to do.
Oh my god.
EJ making this interesting here, but this Altaria will definitely survive an Ice Punch, so we're going to see the full farm down. But how much energy does the Lantern have? How much energy does the Lantern have?
I don't think
I think it has enough for a Surf. Oh, not able to get there. And BB winning 3-0 against a really, really tough competitor. What are your overall thoughts on that particular round?
I think I really like the fact that he went traditional on the Alolan Ninetales. Like, look, a lot of people kind of use Trevenant and Venusaur in their team to check this. And if you ban out the Stunfisk and the opposing Ninetales, you kind of put them into a false sense of security that your Ninetales is Charm.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, for sure. It was a very... obviously very strong gameplay with the Altaria, and okay, Inadequate is the round 4 competitor, obviously the third match that we're showing here because BB did get a bye, and we see Zweilous, Alolan Ninetales, Nidoqueen, Shadow Nidoqueen, Shadow Politoed, Medicham, Trevenant, Lickitung, and Skarmory here, choosing to pick Politoed as the one of the monotypes along with Lickitung, and then banning Shadow Nidoqueen and banning Alolan Ninetales there. So what are your thoughts on those bans?
It's a very smart ban. Putting his opponents into the false sense of security again that it's not Charm.
Yeah.
Skarmory doesn't beat Alola Ninetales if it cannot land the Brave Bird. So with Pattersnow, that's unfortunate for the Skarmory, even though it's a Steel type. But that said, Skarmory looks really, really amazing. I wouldn't be surprised that he uses the Ninetales in game number 1 to try and bait out the Skarmory. And if that's the case, that would go very well for BB.
Yeah. Very, very interesting situation here. Because so I see on BB side, I expect Altaria and Alola Ninetales to come in every single game, right? It's very strong against this team across the board, especially with Powder Snow. But the Skarmory can beat both of them, is favorable in both of them. Obviously, in certain shield situations, like the 2-shield, Altaria does win against Skarmory, and then depending on energy, the Alola Ninetales can do quite a bit of damage. This wireless also looks pretty interesting. I'm not gonna lie, right? Like, obviously, have to be careful of the Metachamp, but if Inadequates get alignment with Zweilous Skarmory core, it's going to look pretty good here. What moveset do you expect this Politoed to have? Probably Blizzard, right?
Has to be Blizzard, with considering the amount of people running Altarias and considering also the fact that he banned out the Bastiodon, it has to be the Blizzard.
Yeah.
And another interesting thing is, like, looking at BB's lineup, Umbreon is going to put in a lot of work if it comes in. There is no real hard answer to Umbreon in Inadequates' team.
Yeah. The Zweilous can put in quite a bit of work, but we know Umbreon is a massive tank, and it makes that matchup, even though on paper you think Zweilous should destroy Umbreon, but that is not the case in reality. So, but
it loses the zeros.
Yeah.
It loses the zeros if it doesn't have Dragon Balls. You need
Yeah, exactly. Which is probably maybe not unlikely because there are Altairs and Dark types here. So we're gonna see, as predicted here, we're gonna see the Alolan Ninetales and Altaria with alongside Lickitung. So, very nice catch.
That was amazing catch. He paused for a second to get that catch.
Yeah,
and that was very high level play. And he's gonna farm. He's not going to farm and then swap. In comes the second Weather Ball and slowly chipping this Lickitung and dipping and catching his own Body Slam.
Yeah. We're going to see how this is going to play out. Maybe, okay, I see the play here. I do expect Inadequates to have Zweilous in the back. Wants to bait out the Metachamp, right, with the Lickitung. So this is looking interesting here. It's not necessarily clear on. It does catch the Body Slam on. That's a disgusting move. That's an absolutely disgusting move by Inadequates. Obviously, you still want to throw the Body Slam into it, but and kind of had no choice but to throw there. But still, a very, very nice play here. I do expect. This is a very awkward amount of health though for the Skarmory to take out. Because I don't think the Sky Attack will quite KO here. Do expect the switch out into Altaria.
Yeah, it has to be Altaria that comes in at this point, because Altaria, you need to get this Skarmory's energy out, and it needs to be out on something, and it has to be the Altaria. Alola Ninetales, as you saw earlier, especially switching into Lickitung, kind of puts him in a very, very strong position to think something to the back. That's not going to be very happy to see this. So let's see what comes in.
It's actually a Trev. Okay.
Oh man,
Baby brought triple Trev answers though, right? Almost the 3 best Pokemon against Trev, except for excluding Umbreon. Very gutsy to bring the Trev, because the Trev really only has one target, right? Am I wrong?
Exactly.
Is one target.
Yeah, it's just the Alola Ninetales with Charm that he was afraid of.
Yeah. It's kind of very puzzling to bring the Trev here, the Trev on the team of 3, but it's always trying to 5-head the opponent. Oh man. Okay. Well, that C-Bomb did absolutely nothing there. And we do expect the farm down here. No shield, and then going to be able to easily farm down both Pokemon. Does go for the Power Whip, which obviously not enough, and then going to be able to land. Yeah.
Oh man. What a game! It's amazing how much work this. I mean, it kind of throws off your opponent's game number 1, like by default, right? Like it's like Oh man, I think my Trevenant does well against this team, but no, not anymore.
Yeah. I'm very puzzled by the Trevenant pick in that game. Obviously, thinking that there's some sort of strategy there. So, gonna throw the weather ball.
Um, I mean, looking at the lineups, it made a lot of sense to bring Trevenant because he just bought 3 Pokemon that do well against Charm Ninetales, but it just didn't work out.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Let's see here. We do expect do you shield this? Or do you... Okay, you're going to shield, expecting the Psychic. It's very rare that the Medicham would bait versus the Lickitung, especially with shields up. Well, okay, against any time, just because Lickitung can tank it. I think you let this go here. I like this play here. Just because you can farm down with either Pokemon, probably farm down with Ninetales here, expecting there's no chance that there's no Skarmory here. Well, I say that now, but oh my gosh, Inadequates, 5-heading. What? Not bringing the Skarmory? Okay, I thought Skarmory was gonna come every single game here. Okay.
Very interesting. Now he has to call whether it's a blizzard or not. Because if it's a blizzard,
oh my gosh. Okay, well this game is over here. This game is. Oh my goodness. Okay, well. Yeah, yeah, this game's over here. Very nice play by Inadequates. Okay, clearly the Politoed was the right answer. But we'll expect the power up here. But yeah, power up here. Definitely no point in throwing the body slam. Probably at risk if you throw the body slam. So we're gonna go to very exciting game number 3 against 2 absolutely incredible battlers here. Will we see the catch by Inadequates? Okay.
All right, going for the first Ice Punch. Let's see, will this Altaria shield? No, it does not. Let's go, and in comes the Lickitung. Let's see what BB does. BB goes straight for the Sky Attack, and this, well, it should do more damage to Lickitung.
Yeah. Interesting situation here. What do you expect in the back?
Honestly, with that lead, I'm not entirely sure. We're looking at his team. Maybe it could be a Skarmory at the back, just to make sure that the little Ninetales doesn't have a free reign. So I'm not entirely sure.
No shield there.
That does a lot of damage. Yeah.
Oh,
doesn't get to move. Oh no, does not get there. But now the Medicham will 100% outpace this Altaria. BB will have to pull up a shield, and it's a Skarmory. This is going to be very, very close. I want to see how BB pulled this out of his pocket, because this does not look very good. 2 shielded Skarmory against Lickitung is going to do a lot of work. At this point, you really, really have to save HP on your Lickitung to do something against the Medicham.
Yeah, honestly, I don't necessarily see it quite yet, but the game's obviously not over. These licks are doing quite a bit of damage. We're gonna see the shield. BB's gonna need to max out the energy here, in order to try.
Down, because it's not gonna get to another move. Oh, this is making it very interesting. 2 body slams already stored. The Medi will have the shield here.
Gonna no shield here. That's
oh my god. I think that's okay, because at this point the Altaria will
decides to no shield. Decides to no shield here, because this Altaria definitely would not have. Not definitely. It would would have been really close there. Obviously, making the read that the Altaria was potentially going to make it to a Sky Attack. But obviously, if Inadequates actually would have shield there, I actually think would have been able to counter down. Would have countered down, but it would have got licked out. It was a very complicated situation there. Really exciting set between these two. Those were some absolutely phenomenal games there.
Amazing.
Okay, all right.
I was surprised how you flipped it. I was kind of like, wait, this doesn't look good for BB. What's happening here?
Yeah, no, absolutely. All right, going against Leonardo, very strong battler from the UK, bringing Alolan Ninetales, Lickitung, Lantern, Altaria, Venusaur, Cresselia, Galarian Stunfisk, and Sableye. What do you think of this matchup in these teams here?
Cresselia looks pretty interesting. Of course, it's gonna get like hard walled, kind of by not hard walled. It's gonna get punished by the Trevenant, but other than the Trevenant, it doesn't look like it has bad matchups here. It's gonna put in a lot of work against Lickitung as well. Of course, licks do add up, but then it's a Cresselia. It's fairly bulky as well, so it's gonna get to some moves. It's very interesting, and again, BB is just baiting his opponents out with the ban on the Steel and the Alolan Ninetales. That said, again, other than Trevenant, his Leonardo's Lantern does look really good. But it's going to depend on whether it's going to be Spark or Water Gun.
Yeah, obviously that makes a huge consideration there. Basalt also looks pretty good on BB side, whether it chooses to run it or not. Obviously, the Venusaur kind of a check, and then Lantern is good regardless of the moveset versus Bastiodon because of the Surf inclusion in its move pool. But yeah, let's just see how this is going to go here.
Altaria into Defense Deoxys. I think this is the wrong match.
Oh, this is definitely the wrong match here. Okay, let me just. Round 5, game 1 here. Okay. I don't know what match this is. Give me one moment here. Yeah. Okay. I am not sure which round this is.
Yeah, because none of the rounds have Defense Deoxys.
Okay. Yep. This is you know what? Let's just go with this round here. Whatever the matchup is, we're just gonna. Okay. Go. Is this
Sanjidu versus?
Is that who they played? Okay. Well. Okay. That's okay. We're just gonna ignore the teams.
No, okay.
Okay. We're just gonna ignore the teams and then let's just go with it. Okay. So we know they have a DD. We know how they have a DD here, right? And then obviously these bands are different here, but that's quite all right. All right, we're gonna see.
This one's a neutral lead based on the moves that the DD is running. Yes, it has access to Rock Slide, but even with that, Altaria is kind of favored in this matchup, which is kind of sad. That shows how amazing Altaria is as a Pokemon with its stat product.
So BB is also checking whether or not he's playing the right opponent, right? Okay. We see the Lickitung safe swap here. Interesting cycle boosting and going. And then it seems to be a very common strategy. It wants to make sure it has an advantage in this matchup. Typically when I see these Lickitung mirrors, you usually try to make sure you always have a move, especially when the clock is as the clock gets closer, because you don't want to be left without any energy versus this DD. But let's see here.
But looking at the current state, considering that the Altaria stayed in a lot more, I think this Lickitung will be forced to throw another move on Sanjidu's Licky, because there is no way it can try to lick it down unless this one puts it in a lick down range. Yes, it can lick it down. Oh my god, it's a Poison Sting Drapion at the back, and in comes the Body Slam again. This is going to do quite a bit of damage to the Drapion because it is Shadow.
Oh, interesting here. Okay, gonna let this go. Okay, gonna go into. It's gonna straight. Okay. Nidoqueen doing what it does best, counting to 5 and throwing, right? I think you have to let this go, right? Because worry about the potential debuff here, and then oh my gosh, it has Aqua Tail. Gonna have to shield again and farm. Should be able to farm down though. This should be a safe farm down. But are we gonna see the switch here? We are gonna see the switch into DD.
Oh my god! And he gets to the move first. Will the DD shield? It has to at this point. And
it's gonna have to throw. It's gonna have to throw. Okay.
I think this is going to be a Psycho Boost, and the Nidoqueen can farm this DD down with.
But how much energy does the Lickitung have? I'm gonna have to farm this down. Oh, okay, yeah, it's clearly the Lickitung.
The Lickitung is dry.
Yeah. Oh man, Nidoqueen just sweeping there. against a completely unknown team, but BB gonna be able to win no matter who the competitors are, regardless if they know or don't know. Okay, interesting situation. We know it's Psycho Boost here. We don't know what the other moveset is. I do expect it to Psycho Boost and then go. And then I expect the opposing Lickitung or potentially the Drapion to come here. It is the Drapion, but you would think that this would be a pretty good matchup for the Drapion. It is not a comfortable matchup for Drapion because it will probably need 2 moves here to KO. I don't think even the Sludge Bomb would KO. And this is yeah.
Crunch and gets the defense drop, but this Body Slam is gonna hurt if unshielded. Will he?
Oh,
yes, he does. And Farm Down? Will he get there?
Oh no! Forced to throw there on 1 HP like a tongue. Oh,
that is unfortunate. That is very unfortunate. But
don't tell me this is Aqua Tail. Don't tell me this is Aqua Tail. Oh no! Oh my gosh! I don't know if this is appropriate for me to say, but looks like San made a doo-doo there. I don't know. I apologize. Very nice person. Don't get me wrong, but kind of set it up there.
All right. Okay. I'm gonna try to recover from laughing.
I'm surprised not. I'm actually a little bit surprised not going for the power up there, but just gonna let this go and farm down. I think because there was a very maybe not a low chance to look. Okay. All right. What can you? Oh man. Okay.
It's a DD, and Altaria with 2 shields against DD. Unless Dudu manages to undo his Dudu and catch, it's gonna be very, very rough here for the DD.
He would have to try to catch here. Yeah, there's no chance here. Oh.
Yeah.
And this is absolutely game over. Even with the catch, there's just absolutely no way here, unless DD started learning Ice Punch or something. But yeah, that was
also. I just checked the matchups. This round was BB playing Dudu, not Leonardo.
Okay, and the next one is Leonardo, right?
Next one is Leonardo.
Okay, all right. Let's just finish this round here. We see Cresselia. Interesting switching here. Maybe double week to Altaria in the back wants to bait out the Altaria. I'm not quite sure here. It does have Lickitung later for the Cresselia, so this is looking pretty okay. Maybe potentially I don't know what's in the back. Obviously, we don't know the teams here, but maybe it's Drapion in the back.
Yeah, it does look like Drapion on the back because potentially it could be the only answer yet, or only reasonable answer he has on his team. Oh, it's a Cresselia, and
we saw Cresselia in the lead. We saw the Cresselia in the lead, and then it insta swapped into Lickitung. So,
I think Drapion should be the one at the back because that's kind of the only answer. Maybe it could have been the only answer he has for the Nidoqueen. Altaria is putting in a lot of work against Cresselia and going for the next Sky Attack, and it already puts it in the red. In comes the Lickitung, and it's a Shadow Venusaur. This is gonna be.
Oh, Sendudu doesn't know that initially when probably building this line that the Ninetales had Powder Snow, was probably expecting Charm on it, right? So that makes sense there, and. Okay, this is a Shadow Venusaur. It's going to do a lot of damage. I think the Lickitung will survive this, though. But we'll probably get farm. Oh, man, I don't know about the farm down here. Okay, oh, man. Oh, man, that's so brutal there. That's so brutal to have to throw there. Because this matchup is almost certainly over. Going to have to shield this.
Okay. For a second, I thought it was just gonna.
Yeah, do the flex there, but this looks very favorable. Yeah, this is absolutely game over here. No move KO, even a Future Sight wouldn't KO here. And then not gonna be able to throw the Weather Ball and take out this Cresselia. So that allows us to go into the actual match we want to, not the actual match we want. Obviously, we want to shoutcast the last match too, but this is the matchup that we're looking at now with the teams up here. We do see Cresselia and Shadow Venusaur by pure coincidence there, and obviously Lickitung is super common here. But let's just go ahead. We've already did the preview of this match, so let's go into round number 1 here. Oh,
I was going to say Sableye is gonna. It looks really good, especially because the Ninetales does not have a charm, and in comes a Sableye in the lead, but it's met with one of its worst nightmares.
okay, interesting situation here. Do you have to stay as Lickitung?
In this matchup, I think it's okay to do some damage, and potentially, if you want, you can swap into the Altaria. But to be honest, Lickitung is at home playing against Cresselia. Altaria doesn't have a bad matchup against Sableye. And Nidoqueen, with that much HP left on Sableye, can potentially, with shields up, do a lot of damage. In comes the first Moonblast, and in comes the third Body Slam. And this will put the Cresselia into the red, and potentially in a lick-down range.
Oh, okay.
Oh, tries to touch the grass knot there.
Maybe, yeah, okay. Was worried about the future side there.
Oh my god, what a call there.
Oh, man.
And Nidoqueen is 5 and throw.
Does what it does best, right? So, but with the, I kind of like this play because with Cresselia almost gone, like what's there to check the Altaria? Like the opposing Altaria, basically, right? That's like the able to make it to the move there. And actually, if BB would have thrown the poison jab poison fang right away, probably wouldn't have been able to survive there. We see the Lickitung. Okay, 2 shields to 0 here. Obviously, can do a lot of damage with these Dragon Breaths. Doesn't have to worry about.
I mean, it is a Lickitung, so even if these Dragon Breaths do a lot of damage, in the 0 shields, based on their IV spread, Lickitung can still flip this matchup. Tries to go for the catch and does not get it. In comes the Body Slam. Will this Lickitung shield?
Yeah, I don't think so, just because the Sky Attack would do more. This game should be over, but let's see. Maybe an unnecessary catch here. Well, let's see. This yeah, there's no way here. And just double
it
body.
It has another Body Slam as well. So
yeah.
This is fantastic. Wow, amazing play there from Leonardo. Altaria into Sableye. This is a good lead for the Altaria. I mean, I'm just gonna say neutral lead because Sableye is so good with what it does. In comes the Cresselia, and the Altaria is staying in. He knows that if he chips it and then goes into a Lickitung, it's a good matchup, and that's exactly what he does. He chips and dips into the Lickitung.
Yeah, very interesting situation here. Mostly because, Leonardo predicting that no Bastion, because Bastion actually is pretty strong against Leonardo's team, but just kind of daring to bring Bastion on, because bringing a team that's quite weak to it. So, do we expect the same team in the back? So do you expect a Lickitung in the back, or do you think it's something different?
I think the team in game 1 did very well for him, so potentially he's going to do the same as well, because his Lickitung did a lot of work, and there it is. In comes the Lickitung, and in comes the Altaria to kind of sort of answer it. Man, he bought 3 counters to Sableye in game number 3. He's like, well, you're going to use it. There's nowhere you're going with it.
Yeah. These are very interesting team reads here on both sides. And we'll see. I don't expect this. Oh, man, absolutely beautiful timing there. But is this going to be enough to KO?
Oh,
it is not. Is not able to make the Sky Attack. Oh, okay. I don't expect a shield here. And then the Sableye will get 1 Shadow Claw here. Oh, going to instant swap there. Not going to worry about the catch here. But again, this is a little bit of an uncomfortable situation here. Very baity ending here. Are we going to see the return? Are we going to see the bait? Oh, we see the bait.
Oh, it's a bait.
Okay.
This is now unfortunate because Sableye can flip it. The non-farm Alola Ninetales with a bait. In comes the Weather Ball. Oh my god, he gets a bait. He will get.
Oh
no, he shit.
Oh!
Why? Why? Leonardo, why?
Wow. Okay. Was that game number two? That was game number two. Oh, okay. Okay. I must have missed a game there because we're in. Okay. Anyways, let's move on to the next round. That was absolutely. I have no idea what happened the rest of the round, but anyways, very phenomenal gameplay here. Yeah, that was crazy there.
Yeah.
Okay, going next opponent is Maxi, a fellow UK battler, very strong one. Having Galarian Stunfisk, Alolan Ninetales, Lickitung, Sableye, Altaria, Medicham, Venusaur, and Lantern. Deciding to ban, as we expect, the Galarian Stunfisk and Alolan Ninetales, but Maxi making the prediction there and actually banning the Altaria. The question is, can BB beat Maxi without Old Faithful Altaria? What do you think of this rest of this line here?
Ooh, to be honest, it's looking really, really interesting. And what's even more interesting is that Maxi will now be kind of forced to bring a Lantern and not Lantern, Venusaur into this, but he doesn't know the Alolan Ninetales has Powder Snow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because that's his best answer. I mean, absolute answer for a Charm Ninetales. Everything else is iffy. So 100% we're going to see Venusaur for Maxi in game number 1 at least, or at game number 2 if the Alolan Ninetales doesn't show up in game number 1. But from BB's side, what really, really looks good is that Umbreon. Umbreon doesn't really have super solid checks as well. Yes, Medicham is a check, but as we saw from the whole tournament so far, it's always been Ice Punch Psychic, and Ice Punch Psychic Medicham can be flipped by a very high stat product Umbreon in the zeros. So it's going to be very, very close.
Yeah, this is pretty interesting because I think Maxi's thinking that potentially BB has to bring Trev, right, in order to check the Venusaur. But I wouldn't be surprised to see BB to run like Alolan Ninetales, Umbreon, Lickitung, because Lickitung, similar vein, looks very strong against this team. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see those three come play, and then that Powder Stone is probably going to be a pretty big surprise. But we'll see. We do see the Alolan Ninetales. I imagine. Okay, the team as predicted there.
And this is not bad. And income, he tried to catch the body slam, but unfortunately, Maxi does not throw. As you were predicting it, Kiang, I was just gonna say he's gonna do this.
Yeah.
So in comes the body slam, and it doesn't. Let's see what he does. Oh, he's over farming quite a bit. Goes up to 100 energy, almost 100 energy, and then throws the body
So
slam.
Yeah, it must be. It has to be Sableye in the back. Is it Lantern?
Yes.
Is it Lantern in the back? Because is that why we're not seeing the switch?
I think it could be Lantern Sableye in the back, or he could potentially be predicting the Umbreon and saving his Medicham as well for it. So we don't know yet. Let's see what happens. Could be very interesting.
Oh my God, you're right. Yeah. Very nice prediction there. Very nice prediction there.
Oh man, this still is not amazing for the Medicham. This Umbreon will 100% go for the Zero Shield matchup here. Goes for the Foul Play. Foul Play is neutral on the Medicham because of its Spark Psychic type, so this is still going to slowly add up.
It has to be... man, it has to be Sableye in the back, right? There's no way you run Altaria in the back, right? It'd be too weak to... Okay, very nice timing there.
Yeah, and at this point you let it go. He does have quite a little bit of energy stored. And comes a Lickitung. Oh man, if Leonardo threw, this would have been pretty interesting. Sorry, if BB threw, it would have been pretty interesting. And
but the Weather Ball wouldn't KO. I don't think Weather Ball KOs here, so I think it would have got the Body Slam off regardless.
Oh my God!
Oh, it is the Venusaur.
And it's a Venusaur.
Okay, yeah.
I think the Venus only real place to farm this Lickitung now because he can't shield anything. Yeah, Lickitung goes for the second body slam there. And
oh man, there's
red, and I don't think.
Oh man, there's no way. 2 powder, three Powder Snows will KO for sure. 2 might KO here. They throw the Frenzy. Oh, okay. Well, you have to let this. Oh man, this is actually pretty complicated here. Oh, gets the bait there. Not afraid of this Venusaur.
Oh man, this is over, right? Because this could be another. Oh, it's the second. It's
Wow.
over.
Okay.
Wow.
Wow. Wow. Maxi.
Wow.
Wow. Okay. Really nice play. Are we going to see the same team here? Oh, man. Okay.
All right, same team. Let's see if he plays differently. Goes for the catch again. Is in the same game. He stays in with the Lickitung and not shielding.
I think at this point in time, if you're predicting the same team, do you just sack the Lickitung and just have energy on Ninetales kind of sweeps?
Exactly. That should be your play here. Another body slam. Let's see what he does. He charges up to back-to-back body slams and goes for another body slam. He's taking a while. Oh, in comes the Medicham. This is interesting.
Do you stay and throw the second one here? Okay, you're not gonna switch. Gonna switch.
Oh.
Ooh, okay. Will Maxi make the prediction here? 2 shields are up. Baiting is extremely likely here, but does respect it. Okay, do we see the bait? Do we see the Ice Punch bait? Maxi has thrown Ice Punch bait before. Nope, gonna throw the Psychic.
Oh my God.
We're gonna see a decent farm up before throwing.
Exactly. I think this definitely
Ooh.
But it kind of puts. I mean, I understand why he came in with a little Ninetales, because Umbreon in one shield versus Venusaur is not that bad of a matchup.
Yeah.
It puts it in the red, and the Lickitung does have enough HP to add some lick damage on there. That is very good, and he spots into the Lickitung and is this is questionable, because now you give Venusaur potential to farm this down.
Yeah, but this is going to be so much damage. It's going to throw here, and this game should be over. I think Maxi was too worried about the lick damage, and then potentially the lone Ninetales coming in and throwing one powder snare there. We're gonna have to see the catch of a lifetime here, like in order to actually win this game. And you saw BB just waited there, waited for the completion of the thing. So, okay. Now you have the move here. You just wait, right? You just wait for the.
Yeah, you just wait.
Okay. They both waited there, and that's actually kind of crazy. There, they both waited, and then there's no waiting this time because you're just gonna throw there. Absolutely crazy 5-headed play there. They both waited, and then BB's like, "Oh, you're not gonna switch? I'm just gonna throw another snarl there." Wow. Okay, we're going to game number 3 here. We're gonna see Umbreon into Lickitung. Decides to bring the Trev this time.
Of all matches, and this Trev is at home against this Venusaur. Of course, the Trevenant has to throw the Shadow Ball to take it out. In comes the first Sludge Bomb. Doesn't do a lot. Throws the Shadow Ball directly, which will take out the Venusaur. If unshielded, let's see if the Venusaur shields. No, it does not.
So we expect.
Now it's going to be.
So we do, we do expect the Medicham in the back, right? So this is still quite a difficult thing to maneuver, but maybe not. Let's see.
To be honest, Umbreon is going to put in a lot of work against the Lickitung and also against the Medicham. I mean, there's no way you're getting out of this Lickitung, this Umbreon matchup without committing a shield. As the opposing Lickitung is over farming here, waiting for a turn. But again,
I think just waiting, hoping that BB will just just dump the energy, because realizing that this Umbreon, these foul plays are really going to add up, and oh man,
you cannot calm down this Umbreon. This is Umbreon carry through and through. It's supposed to be bad against the counter user, but look at it, puts so much.
Oh man, this Ice Punch doesn't even KO here.
Doesn't even KO.
Gonna bank the move there. I would have liked seeing the foul play thrown there, but this is fine here.
Yes.
Honestly, but this Lickitung, I wouldn't underestimate this opposing Lickitung. It is extremely low in health, but there's not a lot of fast move pressure left, and You.
Farm down the Medicham.
Oh, they do go for the psychic though. Oh.
Oh, and the defense dropped. He has to let this go, but unfortunately, the Lickitung did dump its energy. 3 more snarls, and then you will throw because the licks
But
don't do any damage.
this spot this looks like left with like so much energy here is actually going to be able to win this game here. Wow. And Maxley taking the win there in absolutely phenomenal fashion there. It looked like it was going to be all BB there, but honestly, I would have liked seeing the foul play thrown at the Medicham before switching out, just because it was going to have more value. It was going to have the most value there, right? Because you're going to either throw it on a very low Lickitung, which also would feint out Body Slam, and the Body Slam is cheaper on Lickitung. So if you would have thrown the foul play and then would have lost CMP against either Pokemon. So when you lose CMP against either Pokemon, you just have to throw, and then would have been eventually be able to lick down and then throw the Body Slam there. Absolutely phenomenal play by Maxi to make this a very interesting matchup. And we're going to lead us to the last round of the official part of the tournament. Actually, no, that was the last round there. And then now we're actually in a tiebreaker going against cannot escape the UK. The UK. I'm sure. Yeah, exactly. BB probably trying to protest here, saying, hasn't the UK left the EU? Should it be even allowed in this tournament? So, but obviously this is a EMA tournament, so it is included. Going against a very talented battler in Nessa Beethan, who has Shadow Nidoqueen, Lickitung, Umbreon, Medicham, Altaria, Bastiodon, Frostlass, and Whimsicott. So interesting this time banning the Nidoqueen and Whimsicott and actually leaving the Steel type alone. What do you think the logic? I guess to free up. I don't. What's the logic between banning these two?
So, to be honest, I think he was expecting his Alola Ninetales to be banned. Once that's banned out, you wouldn't want, like, for example, looking at his team, Bastiodon does very well. Beats Lickitung, beats Umbreon, beats Altaria, beats CMP ties the other Bastiodon, beats Frostlass, beats Whimsicott. If you have such a dominant matchup, you expect it to be banned. And if you look at his Alola Ninetales, it's going to do well against Whimsicott, do well against Frostlass, Altaria, Medicham, Lickitung, Umbreon. The only counter is Shadow Nidoqueen. So in a way, I understand why these two are banned out. But Whimsicott was banned just because he was expecting maybe his Nidoqueen to be banned as well. Because a lot of the earlier matches, we saw his Nidoqueen was the go-to ban for his competitors.
Yeah, and absolutely. This is a pretty interesting lineup. I like Lickitung and Umbreon here, but obviously Medicham and Bastiodon both have favorable matchups against both, but they're quite close. Yeah, well, let's just see how they're going to play out. Two very technical battlers here.
Umbreon carry. It's going to be an Umbreon. Well, so Umbreon versus Altaria, again, this is very neutral. Two very bulky Pokemon, and Umbreon is going to get to these moves faster. Altaria needs to try and land Moonblast to do a reasonable amount of damage to this Nidoqueen. And in a way, for BB, this is amazing because he wants to keep his Nidoqueen away from the Altaria. In comes the Umbreon of Nessa, and look at this Medicham go. But we already saw that this is not a straightforward matchup for the Medicham.
Absolutely. And we'll see. What do you think in the back? You think it's the Bastiodon in the back?
It potentially could be the Bastiodon in the back. It could be an AVB, and it makes a lot of sense because Altaria 2 tanks is not a bad team. Coming in with the Umbreon to potentially bait out the Medicham makes a lot of sense here. Medicham will be forced to shield, but in a way, this is okay because he can now counter this Umbreon down, and whatever comes after is going to tank.
Oh, it's going to be the Lickitung here?
Yeah, it's Umbreon. What is it? It's Altaria double tank. It's a very common line that's being used, as you said, by the APAC APAC champion as well, Altaria Double Tank, is doing a lot of work in this meta. First body slam does not KO. The Lickitung is not going out of here without taking 2 foul plays.
I like throwing the foul play here on the Altaria just because it does more than against the Lickitung. And then we're going to see probably the farm down here, the shield and farm down. Yeah, shield and farm down.
Yeah.
And then really debuff this Lickitung. But the question here is, do you go Earth Power here onto the Lickitung?
I mean, you have to go for the Power Whip here. The Poison Fang, because it puts you in a position where, let's say, if the Umbreon can not get farmed down by the Licks, can get.
I think it'll get farmed. This Body Slam actually doesn't KO you though, right? So should actually be able to farm down.
Poison.
Yeah, makes sense here.
Oh my god.
Yeah, nicely played there. Very nice calculation on BB's side. And we see.
Oh, 2 shiny Altarias taking out this.
Looks like some lag at the beginning, but looks like they're caught up here. So does go straight for the sky attack. Get a shield. Do we expect the same team? Okay.
Oh man, in comes the Lickitung. At this point, is it the same team with the Umbreon at the back? This time trying to bait it out with the Lickitung, but staying in here, kind of trying to throw off his opponent. Because his Altaria does have quite a bit of HP and is at a shield deficit as well. So technically, it's not a great idea to bring in your Medicham when you're at a shield deficit against the Lickitung.
Kind of like this play here. Let's see how this is going to play. But man, bringing team triple weak to Frostlass, really not afraid of the Frostlass, which obviously makes sense, right? Because there's three hard answers to Frostlass, but man, that's Beatham's probably thinking, man, if I would have brought Frostlass, this game would have been way over here.
This Umbreon is doing so much work against his Medicham. It's insane how much it's put on. The Medi will have to 100% catches the move on Nidoqueen, but it's going to be really close. Altaria has to come in here, and it will have to tank this Poison Fang, which will potentially put it very, very close to the red. It cannot afford to shield because the Medicham does have 2 moves stored and will be forced to throw here.
Oh, this is interesting here, but this looks favorable for. But do you come Altaria here? Okay, good.
This is interesting. He has to throw both the moves, get both the shields. And his Altaria is... I would have done the other way around. I would have tried to come in with the Altaria. And then...
this...
Oh
my gosh! No way. I thought, no way this Altaria would survive. Wow. Okay. Oh my goodness. We're going to decisive game number 3 here. Well, will we see a catch here, though? Okay, gonna say switch right away. Man. Okay. That's the thing. I'm assuming we'll throw the sky attack and then just leave.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then
throw the sky attack and then leave into whatever comes.
I expect the Lickitung to come here, right? Oh, the Umbreon. Okay.
No. Yeah. It's surprising because Umbreon does have a little bit of a better matchup against the Medicham. And Umbreon doesn't do a lot of fast move pressure against his Nidoqueen, so it will have to eat another Poison Fang. And I think this was CMP maybe, or was it timed perfectly?
I think it was just timed perfectly. I think it will survive this, and we'll probably see the insta swap into Medicham here. Okay, nope, not gonna. Doesn't want to get locked in.
This is great because the Medicham now can do enough counters to get to an Ice Punch, and have a move stored here. Oh man, just barely. One more counter, and let's see what comes in. Will it be the Altaria?
Okay, nope. Okay.
Oh, it's the Lickitung. This can potentially take a match. Oh my!
Okay.
He with the catches, man.
Jesus. Okay. Okay.
What even and this Umbreon is gonna do? I mean, I've been saying this the whole shoutcast. Umbreon is absolutely carrying BB's team here.
Okay, do you expect the Moonblast here, the Sky Attack? Oh, it does go for the Moonblast here. Gonna double up before throwing, but maybe one foul play doesn't KO here, though. I think maybe potentially could have considered Last Resort there, because I think this Last Resort... Oh, nope, gonna be able to snarl down there. Oh, yeah. Okay, the Last Resort would have KO'd there. The Last Resort would have KO'd there, but taking the Sky Attack is not that big a deal, especially since you're going to be able to dish a lot of damage here. This Lickitung is going to have a very difficult time farming down, and honestly, you just need to land this second one here, and then, or potentially third, okay? Going to over farm. Going to throw off the counts. Oh, they actually do, doesn't have a Psychic though? Oh, going to do the snarl damage and make sure that the, oh, this game's over here. The Psychic wouldn't have KO'd there, so I don't think he even KOs here. But now with that one counter, it should be enough. And yeah. Forcing the Lickitung to throw there, absolutely beautiful set between these two. Ooh. Absolutely phenomenal battlers there. Man, absolutely amazing. And we're gonna see a rematch. BB wants that rematch, right?
With different bats.
Okay, we see the Altaria is now freed up, right? Is that? Oh, did they have Altaria last time?
No. So last time he had Altaria. He did not have Altaria. Altaria freed up this time around.
Yes, very different bands this time. Extremely different bands. Both of them trying to five-head each other. Well, actually, no. The BB actually banning the same two here. Yeah. Now Altaria is free. Wow. Okay.
Exactly.
Maxi. I think Maxi was making the prediction that was not going to ban the GFIS and Alolan Ninetales because maybe he was thinking that BB thought Maxi was going to ban the Altaria, but BB sticking to the commitment, saying that Altaria has won me every single round, and the only round that I didn't win, I didn't have Altaria, and now has it. So,
but I would like to say one more thing before. Umbreon's gonna carry.
Umbreon looks amazing here. Umbreon looks absolutely phenomenal here, especially with the GFIS and Alolan Ninetales out of the way. But let's see how this is gonna go. We see the Nidoqueen into Medicham. No Umbreon.
Oh man, this is not a bad matchup. You poison Fang and get out. It's really good as a Nidoqueen that you get to do this, because now your Lickitung is in a much more favorable matchup because your body slams do more damage, your Lick does more damage, and the opposing Lickitung is kind of in a very bad situation. And Medicham also takes neutral damage from everything Licky throws, so it's in a very good place.
But the farm down from Medicham later on this Lickitung is going to be pretty brutal for the rest of the team here, so I do expect. Okay. I was expecting another body slam get thrown there, but Maxi knows that the energy is going to be more useful elsewhere, and as well wants to get as much farm off this Lickitung as physically possible in order to be able to threaten the rest of this line here. Oh, they immediately come into. Okay. Oh, not throwing.
You get to it at the same time.
Okay, the slight miscalculation there. Ends up shielding here. But do you expect this to be a Psychic or an Ice Punch here? It is an Ice Punch.
It's an Ice Punch. Wow.
Gonna be able to reach that next Ice Punch. I don't think it quite KOs here, and then gonna be able to make it to this move here presumably, and is able. Huge calculation on BB's side. Really nice. The Ice Punch wasn't gonna KO, and we see the Altaria come through. And this is looking pretty good, especially with a healthy Lickitung still there. And this looks like it's going to be game over here.
Exactly. I mean, the Altaria is going to be very close to the red anyways by the time this Altaria is...
And then Maxi's Altaria is going to have to throw, right? Unless it has some sort of Dragon Breath. Oh!
My
throw anyways, but that was a very nice play there. Yeah. That was a very nice play. Man, the absolute precision and the absolute that was amazing there. Okay, very nice play, and then decide to farm down there just to skip it.
Champion.
Okay.
Champion turning it up. Again, Altaria Mirror, this is going to take a while, but there's the Umbreon, just so that everybody knows.
I do expect the catch here, but okay, not going to throw.
But it's something BB has been doing consistently. He's waiting for a few more turns before trying to catch, and that's maybe one of the reasons why he's making these catches very consistently. Is because he's not underestimating his opponent. He knows that they're absolutely skilled, and this is what they will potentially do. Lickitung, again, this is kind of a reverse of the situation that we saw in game number 1. With BB's Licky being at a disadvantage here after being Dragon Breath and Sky Attack by Maxi's Altaria. This Body Slam from Maxi is going to put it into the red.
Do we expect the Umbreon to switch? Yeah, I was going to say the Umbreon switch out right away. Not going to throw, going to probably double up on the foul play every single time, waiting for the Medicham to come in. Yeah, it's going to double up before, okay, almost double up there and before throwing. Wants to make sure it has energy to drain down the clock and as well to do damage versus this Medicham that's presumably in the back, but let's see.
It could be a Medicham at the back, especially considering what happened last time, or depending on if Maxi has a Water Gun Lantern, it could be that as well. I mean, he's not swapping out. Could it be a Sableye expecting the Umbreon? I mean, expecting.
Oh, it is the Sableye here. Wow. Okay, the Sableye just switched in on a loaded Umbreon. Oh my goodness. I don't. This Umbreon is not even in foul play range yet. I think foul play does like 18%. So this is actually kind of brutal here. I don't think this foul play KO is here. I'm predicting it doesn't KO.
It doesn't KO, and it's gonna have to eat.
Oh my gosh! And so confident that's gonna survive. Oh my gosh! And then you just go to Lickitung here. Okay, gonna go Sable. I'm gonna go Altaria here.
I'm sorry. This is done and dusted. Unfortunately, I mean, it made a lot of sense for Maxi to bring in the Sableye because the Nidoqueen did so much work in game number 1. That was the only reason for it to bring. In comes Altaria, but this is going to be shielded and farmed.
Goes for the Moonblast there, potential attack debuff or something. Yeah, this is
done, but not enough. Too little, too late, and this Altaria is going to go to town.
Oh man, throws the Sky Attack. Wow. Okay, so BB has officially won this tournament. Obviously, both of them going on to Worlds, but we're going to play the last game here because these matches have been absolutely phenomenal. And let's see how this is going to go. Okay.
Same as before. At this point, there's some lag, but I guess they did even out right about now and tries to catch again, but this time on the Umbreon. The Altaria stays in and will throw this Moonblast. Will this be a Moonblast or will he try to bait? Oh, he just goes for it. I think what I've noticed is that it's a good time to bait when you stay in these matchups.
Yeah, it seems like BB always prefers to shield. Oh, okay. Catches on the Medicham, which is fine.
It's fine, but unfortunate. But to be honest, it really doesn't matter because whatever comes in, you would have had to throw the foul play.
Yeah.
Looking at Maxi's team, so it's a catch. But then look at the Medicham. It's in the yellow. It will have to throw, not throwing, and here comes
the foul play. And the Ice Punch. The Ice Punch won't KO here. And
yeah.
Oh
my god! I was going to say he's gonna catch this one, right? And he does. It's an Ice Punch catch and the Medicham. Oh my god! This is just
does get the psychic off. Okay, wow. This game's not over yet, but that was absolutely a savage play. They do end up shielding it. Makes sense. You have to know.
I don't.
No, definitely not. And then we're gonna see the Altaria come here. This game's not over yet. There's still a lot to play here.
It's gonna be pretty close in a way. He has to try and catch Sludge Bomb. He does not, but in comes the foul play. This does not KO the Venusaur, and this makes it all the more better for the Venusaur. He can try to Wind Whip it down, but no, he cannot. Oh my god. This is going to be super close because the Altaria can now farm it down.
And the question here...
He has to call a bait here. He has to call the bait.
No, okay. Oh, it has 2 sludge bombs here. And presumably there's a sludge bomb here. Is this enough though?
Yeah.
It is enough. Okay, wow.
It's
that was a absolutely beautiful set between 2 absolutely incredible competitors. That was yeah.
That was insane.
This is the 3rd tournament I've seen, and each of them have been absolutely phenomenal here. But BB is a pretty phenomenal battler, making all the right reads, and wow, that was amazing. I know you have to go to your podcast very shortly here. Why don't you tell them where they can find you?
All right. So we are going to start putting out more GBL content and also Silph content on My PvP Academia on YouTube and also on Twitch. If you want to shoutcast or practice your shoutcasting, hit us up at our Twitter at my PvP_my. We are going to try and build a platform for people who want to shoutcast more. And yep. That's exactly where you have to find us.
All right, perfect. Well, thank you very much for joining me. If you guys like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see everyone in the next video.